Investment is when you send money to go make more money, right? Now, you will place your money in different places. Sometimes, where you want to place your money, the money you have is not enough, right? And you need a helping hand. That's where debt comes in, okay? Now, debt, I like saying debt is like a loaded gun. The direction you point it determines whether you are powerful or you are finished. If you point it towards yourself, you will be finished. If you point it in the right direction, you will be done. In other words, I'm saying debt can be used as a catalyst of wealth creation. You saw that cycle of wealth creation. Debt can help that cycle move faster. You get? So for example, you have some money, and I will use your own example of this building. You want to come up with this building, or to acquire this building, and the money you have is not enough. Then you can choose to use other people's money. That is debt. You can use to get debt, add on the money you have, then acquire this place. You want to use this place for business, isn't it? The expectation is that returns from this place will help you to pay the debt and to probably leave you with something, isn't it? Then that will be an investment. You have used debt as a catalyst of wealth creation. You've used it to boost the speed of wealth creation. That is what I would say.
Authorization is not like permanent. You have to apply every financial year. So there are timelines. Next month, he expects me to send my application for the next financial year. Okay? We are still not compliant because he has revealed the issues of core capital here vis-a-vis retained earning. And he was also very clear in terms of us sacrificing lesser interest on deposit as we look towards compliance. But now, this reminds me, last year, not last year actually, this is 2021 AGM. A resolution was put forward to members, if you remember. Our share capital minimum at this point is how much? Who can tell us the minimum share capital for every member? 6,000, right? Aha. Now, the board had foreseen this. They brought to us a resolution which we didn't like. But now you have heard for yourself. The responsibility is upon us. It is either we comply, because we cannot remain permanently like always asking for time. George will tell you, he asked for a roadmap. What are you doing as a SACCO to make sure you comply with this capital adequacy and all those? Roadmap, the board can provide, but the members must accept. So when we will be coming back to you, and you will see other things that Dennis will be presenting later on, which is also as part of the regulation, as part of compliance. There's IFRS 9. You have all heard about it, provisioning, for those people who have heard about it. So when you see us sending messages, we can say we want to retain, but now there is some other effects of retaining because people probably are not paying loans, one of the obligations of the members. So when we be coming back to you about increasing the share capital, please, you have seen, because we cannot remain like we have to provide that roadmap. So we have all to agree compliance is good, it's for us, and we have to remain compliant as Kanisa.
Which are these specified non-withdrawable deposit-taking SACCOs? They are in 3 categories. Number 1, of course, is any SACCO that has got member deposits to the tune of over 100 million. Like Kanisa SACCO, I think your deposit is at around 319, if I'm not wrong, as at December 2020. Yeah, I think so, yeah. 319 or 320 something, thereabout. Now, that means that you are within the category that is supposed to be regulated. Then the other category is any SACCO that mobilizes membership through digital platforms, what you call digital SACCOs. So in these ones now, it doesn't matter whether you have deposit to the tune of 100 million or less. What is required of you is that so long as you are collecting deposits through digital platforms, what you call digital SACCOs, then you have to be regulated because of the risk that you pose to the sector and in the way that you handle members' money. And then now the last group is the group of SACCOs that have members who reside outside the country, basically what we call diaspora SACCOs. They are there are a good number of them. Now these ones, so long as you are a diaspora SACCO, then you have to be regulated. It doesn't matter the amount of deposits that you have, the amount of assets that you have. What is required is that so long as you've gone that route, then you have to be regulated.
So it's an opportunity for us to understand what changes are going on within Kanisa SACCO as an institution. And as members, how can we better support the management in the process of managing our society. But again, it's also an opportunity for all of us as individuals to learn, acquire new knowledge, acquire skills that will help us in better financial decision making.
The board have done their part to ensure that we undertake the process of registration with the regulations 2020. And what we have done is to process the documentation to receive that great document that is required by the regulations 2020 that you must be authorized to carry out non-deposit taking business that requires for you to follow certain requirements. And those requirements, the board have done their part, you need also to do your part. And it is to ensure that to abide with those requirements, sometimes we say that you have to bite the bullet. Because to achieve those requirements, you must take certain decisions which have to be undertaken for you to ensure that every year you are authorized. Because if you don't achieve some of the requirements, then the authorization will be a challenge. And the key areas for consideration, if Nelson can allow me, there are only two key areas that I would like to consider. The issue, and one of the issues was brought during the AGM, the issue of capital adequacy ratios. We have those requirements that have to be achieved. The board cannot achieve without you. You as members must ensure that you pass the resolution to ensure that you achieve that requirement. If it is not there, the board we cannot do anything. So that is why I'm saying you have to play your part to ensure that key adequacy ratio, capital adequacy ratio, is about the 8% of the total assets. 8% of the total assets in form of co-capital. It therefore means co-capital, including the share capital, retained earnings and reserves. Therefore, it means the share capital of the society must be increasing continuously. Being a percentage, it means it is a moving target. A moving target, a percentage of the total assets. I believe you understand the total assets. That as you increase loans to members, it means the assets are increasing. Therefore, the 80% is also increasing. So my urge to members, even if today is a members' education, to understand that this moving target must be achieved.